What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back here with another video, and today we are doing round 2 of only 3 of this mock draft. So obviously, quick disclaimer for you guys who are new, no trades in this. So I just want to make sure that that's off the table because I always do trades. Want to do something different. We'll be doing definitely some new variations of mocks around these weeks coming through, and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a fan mock coming soon. So if you guys haven't already, join the Discord, join Twitter. There's a lot of different channels. Go look at the links down below, including our sponsor, which is officially starting tomorrow, but it is Manscaped. They are offering you guys a 20% and free shipping discount on anything that you want to buy on there. So I got to get 10 of you guys to use that code within the time of about a month. So get to it because we want to get a long-term paid contract. It's going to be fun. I really appreciate you guys. I'm not going to do a bunch of their mumbo jumbo until we've actually seen the product because I ain't going to sell you on something I'm not going to do myself. But I have heard a lot of people, you can look it up. They have some good shit. But who cares about that right now? We're getting into the video. Let's have some fun. Jaguars, we all know we got 3 positions that we got to attack here. We got tight end, cornerback, safety. So what we got to be looking at is who's on the board. We got Trayvon Moehrig here, right? Trayvon Moehrig could definitely be a potential guy, but you got Richie Grant that you could potentially take with a second pick. You got Javon Holland. You got Cisco, Ford, Hufanga, Washington. You have all the way down here, DeMar Hamlin. All these guys have potential for being a good fit for this spot. So therefore, I don't think the jump from Grant to Moehrig, from Holland to Moehrig is that great to where we need to be like, okay, we got that. So you know what? I think we got to look at the cornerback route, just see who's here right now. And I'm down to pretty much I'm down to 4 guys right here. If we want to go the cornerback route, it's these 4. Greg Newsome, I'm pretty sure that they run a man coverage scheme at Northwestern because if I'm not mistaken, I saw man coverage pretty heavily in that Big 12 championship game. And Greg Newsome did a really good job. He was just featured in Daniel Jeremiah's first round mock, which I don't think he's worth a first round pick. So I'm probably not going to be comfortable taking him here, but it's just an idea to have. Ifeatu Melifonwu, like some people are really high on him. My buddy Mason being one of them. I'm not as high on him. I need to study him a little bit more. I think his speed is a bit lacking, and I think he'd probably work in a cover 2 man scheme. That would be great, similar to I believe something that the Bucs could be running. Or we could even look at him going to the Chiefs, having obviously 2 really damn good safeties. You basically need some safety coverage over the top with Ifeatu. But I got to study him more. Don't take my exact word for it. That is my initial impression before I get to dig deeper. Somebody who I'm extremely intrigued in, and I love to give to like the Niners, these man-heavy teams, is Tyson Campbell. And I am higher on Tyson Campbell than a lot of people because I see his potential. This dude is more grabby than an extremely clingy girlfriend, right? Like, you know, when you're like walking over to like get a snack and she's just there with you. It's cute sometimes, but man, sometimes it gets a little bit much, right? Tyson Campbell's even worse than that. He's the type where like you're wanting to take a shower and you're trying to like get some zen space and they are literally like biting your hair. That's how like close, that's like skin tight coverage that Tyson Campbell gives to people. You can watch him against Seth Williams and you'll see this dude literally is like this the entire time. It's just like, no. But if he gets rid of the grabby or else gets a little more efficient with it, this dude's as good as Patrick Surtain arguably and sticking to them in coverage. His ball skills, subpar. He definitely misses on the balls. But if he can develop being able to track balls a little bit better and get less grabby, this dude could be worth easily the 16th overall pick because he has all the traits. He is fast as all get go. He's able to keep up with Seth Williams, who surprisingly is supposed to be running the 4.3s. And he was able to keep up with a lot of guys. Barely got torched by Jalen Waddle. He did get torched by him, but he was able to kind of keep within a frame of like a pretty damn close proximity. Missed him and let him get a touchdown. But that's something that I'm really intrigued into. Aaron Robinson, another guy who is really skin tight in coverage. To me, I know you guys need corner desperately. Get another boundary corner. Sidney Jones is there, but I don't think he's a long-term answer. Tyson Campbell, to me, needs to be this pick. I usually let him fall, but after scouting him heavily, you guys can, of course, look at my scouting report. You guys can request it as well. I'll put it in the description. Tyson Campbell is an absolute beast. Like I'm very certain that if he goes to the Jaguars, who have CJ Henderson, and they're really good with man type of schemes, that's going to be crucial for them. I heard honestly that they might be switching to a zone coverage scheme, but I think honestly that will backfire on them. They'll revert back to a man coverage scheme due to the fact that CJ Henderson is such a good man corner. He fell off a little bit after his little injury streak, but I'm telling you, we've already seen the flashes. He just needs to develop a little bit further, and he's going to be golden. Tyson Campbell here. I like getting the guy who we took at 16, Asante Samuel Jr. here. Tyson Campbell is the less polished version of that, and that's okay with a team that's still young, still raw, still growing. I think Tyson Campbell is going to be a solid selection for them, especially given his size and everything else. Next, Jets. I'm pretty sure we already know where this is going. We're looking more into this running back carousel, and I don't think there's a running back that falls past 34. I think we have to go running back for the Jets. And here's my reasoning for taking Travis Etienne here. Najee Harris is a beast. Javonte Williams is a beast. Travis Etienne is all around and is not primarily known for his power, right? We have a pretty damn underrated power running back right now in New York. His name is LaMichael Pirine. I like LaMichael Pirine a lot. He was my number 7 running back last year. I had a 5th round grade on him, and they took him, I believe, around then. And dude, I love this guy. He's a great contact balance back. You're pretty much just getting an upgraded version of him obviously a far upgraded version in Najee and Javonte. Problem with that being, you're pretty much neglecting the guy you already have on roster who is talented enough and you will have for a couple more years. Travis Etienne is going to be able to be your Alvin Kamara to a Mark Ingram, somebody where you have the lightning and the thunder. And Travis Etienne's really good in the pass game too. He's really versatile. I think he's the most versatile out of all these guys. Najee's shown it, but then again, he's had the best offensive line. Travis Etienne, he's had some blips on the radar. Notre Dame game running 1.6 yards per carry, scary. But his offensive line's exponentially worse than both of the. Well, I mean, Javonte Williams, I don't know what the hell's up in North Carolina. They did a really good job with the running backs. But Travis Etienne, to me, is the guy for the squad. He's the best fit. Unless you want to wait for Michael Carter, I don't think he's going to be there, and possibly in the beginning of the 3rd round, even in the real draft. Travis Etienne has to be this pick. You guys probably get bored with the same idea of Rashad Bateman, Etienne. Well, now it's Wilson and not Trevor Lawrence. But it's the right pick to me. It's the right pick. It's what you got to do. Get Travis Etienne on the squad. Now, Finns, this is an interesting pick because we have a multitude of routes we can go. We can look over here for the centers, right? We can look at Landon Dickerson. We can look at Josh Myers. We can look, I believe Ben Cleveland might be a center. That's something I'd probably have to check the description for. There are guys here, Jack Anderson, Drake Jackson. I think there's enough guys where we can replace Ted Karras at center later on because, again, I love Creed Humphrey. That's why I usually take him at the spot. The Falcons are going to be looking for a true power back, right? And to me, it's down to Najee and Javonte. So obviously, you kind of want them to fit one role. And this team is so young that you guys are probably going to be like, Najee Harris, easily. No, you guys haven't watched Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams is a stud. If you want to look at him, he's a true junior compared to a true senior. If you guys want to see how much tread's taken off of Najee's tires, it's insane. The question is, do you believe that Tua is going to take a monster leap this year? That's a huge question to be asking right now because, hell, if he is and you guys are in complete Super Bowl contention, then Najee Harris is your guy because he's going to be able to put you over the edge. He's going to fill in that power back role. But Javonte Williams, we've already seen him in our BBC role, and he looks really good with guys like Matt Breida, guys similar to, why am I bugging on the one dude who I had on my fantasy roster? Myles Gaskin, obviously Salvian Ahmed. It's like there are guys who are really good on that roster that work in RBBC roles and should be working in that very scheme. That's why I'm leaning toward Javonte Williams here, guys. Right here, these 2 picks are going to be running backs most likely. So it's your pick of the litter. You guys say whoever you want. That is your pick here. I am personally thinking that this team needs a couple more pieces on the offensive line, and then you guys could be like kicking ass. So I don't know if we want to go Najee or Javonte. Honestly, I'm going to go Najee for you guys. You know what? I've been talking myself into it. The Dolphins are playoff contention worthy. You get Sewell in there. You fix up the offensive line a little bit. I think that Tua's going to take a big jump. You add an extra weapon in there. Tua's going to take an even bigger jump. And then you add Najee Harris, and you're going to have that dynamic duo of the Alabama kids in that backfield. And then he's going to be able to work in RBBC and maybe save his career for a bit longer. Talk myself into it. Najee Harris right here. going to the Dolphins. I mean, Javonte Williams could be the pick here, realistically, for the Falcons. But then again, I mean, we got to think about this because there's still Jalen Phillips on the board, Joe Tryon on the board. Like, I want to see Joe Tryon's weight. He's 250. Okay, so he's not a small guy. I was thinking he's maybe like more like the 240 range. But I mean, all these dudes can fit pretty much. All these guys are very not Boogie. Boogie's probably more like what, 280? Yeah. Boogie's a 4-3 D end. He's gonna be planted firmly, in my opinion, either to the Bengals or probably he could go to even the Jets. Jets could have gotten Boogie Basham there at this pick. I think that maybe the third round pick would be better. But we got to look at this because I know they might be scared of Vic Beasley, which is something that Jason Awake could turn out to be. Jason Awake could just be the next Vic Beasley. Same thing with Joe Tryon. Jalen Phillips is a beast. I think that if teams are saying Gregory Rousseau could have went to the Falcons, Jalen Phillips could too. I'm not sure if they run a 4-3 or a 3-4. You guys have to let me know on that one. But if they run a 4-3, this is a perfect pick. If they run a 3-4, honestly, I think they could use him as outside linebacker. I don't really think that there's anything wrong with this. So if we want to look at it, he actually apparently does have a schematic versatility. I haven't done a deep dive into Jalen Phillips. I just watch every single Miami game because I am a U fan. I love the U. Sean Taylor was my guy growing up. My dad taught me about how great he was. Jalen Phillips is going to be the guy here. I think that it's too good to pass up at this point. And with the Falcons as it is, I know there's a lot of concussion concerns around Jalen Phillips and him potentially retiring. I think that is something where you can pass it up in the second round. In the first, like I was thinking, oh, maybe you could do this, but I think Azeez Ojulari, the potential is just too much there to where like he could be the next Shaq Barrett. Jalen Phillips fits a 4-3 better, and if the Falcons run that, awesome. But he could also be able to be similar to Melvin Ingram in a 3-4 type of role there. Honestly, I'd be perfectly fine with that. Speaking of that, I have a bad feeling that the Chargers do run a 4-3, or like the Gus Bradley 4-3 with Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa. Regardless, though, I think he can fit wherever they need. They can honestly switch the defense up for him. If they do that, they don't even need a linebacker anymore. You already have Michael Walker. You have Deion Jones, and then you have a dude who I can't say his name, and I never will. But it's like you already have a fully loaded squad here. Bengals. This is a pretty interesting one because we can go either tackle here or guard. And to me, it's like, okay, what do we want to do? Do we want to replace the guy who killed Joe Burrow, which is, I believe, Michael Jordan, or do we want to rock with another tackle and then have bookend tackles and get a guard later on? That's something we really need to think about. Walker Little dropping below Robert Hainsey is absolutely disgusting to me, by the way. Like, I don't understand this. That's just a little bit BS. But, hey, at least they brought in Deontay Smith. So when I'm looking at this, I honestly think that you guys invest a lot of money into the run game. And to me, it's like, do you want to get Alex Otherwood where you can put him at both spots? Or do you want to say, hey, we'll wait for Brady Christensen. We'll wait for Cole Van Lannon. We'll wait for Cordell Volson. And we'll like stick with somebody at right tackle. I think you have Bobby Hart at right tackle. You guys have to correct me on that one as well. The guard spot needs to be taken up. That's my bottom line. It's Trey Smith or Wyatt Davis for me. And with the way you guys love to run the ball, both these guys are amazing options. Wyatt Davis has the much higher ceiling, doesn't have the medical potential concerns of blood clots. Of course, Trey Smith has cleared that, but it's still potentially there. Wyatt Davis cannot fall past this spot. You guys gave Joe Mixon a huge contract. He is raw as hell. So you guys do have time to develop him with a young quarterback. Wyatt Davis could turn out to be one of the biggest steals in the draft. That's just my idea right there. That's my opinion. I love Wyatt Davis. So let's rock with him. You guys saw how big those run lanes were with J.K. Dobbins. So obviously we're actually having a much different second round than we do the normal first because you know me, I love my first round ideas here. Next, Eagles. This is, of course, where we could take a guy like Pat Freiermuth. We could go for a linebacker like Dylan Moses. I'm starting to get off the Dylan Moses train just because of his potential is like great, but his floor is so low. You know, if you guys, I think this was an idea that I brought up with my buddy who is the former co-host on the show. What if the Eagles switched to a 3-4, got rid of Brandon Graham, basically moved Derek Barnett to an outside linebacker and got an edge rusher, pretty much another outside linebacker, got Micah Parsons in the first? That'd be interesting. That'd just be interesting. You'd have Singleton as well as the kid Davion from Colorado as your middle linebackers, and then you could fix up the secondary from there. Just Eagles fans, please let me know what you think about that. It was a really on the spot idea. but it's a way to save cap as well. So, it's something that we could do. Something we could do. And potentially, let's just say we took Micah there. We could look at a cornerback here and get a guy like Aaron Robinson. You guys do, I believe, have a zone. I think you guys got the defensive court. There's something from the Colts in terms of on the defense, and that means that you might be going zone, which is Eric Stokes then would have been a great option for you guys. Just saying, just an idea. Let me know what you guys think. I think now we either have to go safety or wide receiver. Looking at it, Terrace Marshall's still on the board, dude. Shit. At this spot, this is always like where you do trades and stuff, blah, blah, blah. Terrace Marshall could become a number one. That's all I got to say. He could become a number one. He's young as well, has time to develop. I heard that he does do some body catches, so he needs to learn how to catch the ball with his hands a little bit more, maybe develop his route running a little bit. But you already have Jalen Reagor there, who's pretty solid. Deshaun Jackson probably going to be cut along with Alshon Jeffrey eventually. Terrace Marshall Jr. could be your number one. So I don't think it's that, like, obviously the drop from getting, of course, Jamar Chase to Terrace Marshall is a pretty big jump. But I think the jump from getting, obviously, assuming you're a man, getting Surtain to Aaron Robinson, that's a bigger jump to me. That's just my general opinion. So we're going to go Terrace Marshall Jr. here. Hell, I don't know how he fell that far, but he did. Just because based on the fact that I really wanted to give a weapon to New Orleans, I think Terrace Marshall can serve a little bit better in Philadelphia, being able to have a young stud weapon there that could potentially develop into something more. So, Lions, you guys are somebody who I think we could probably get some offensive line for you. And looking at it, you guys could probably use guard or tackle. I'm looking at Dillon Redunze here. I think you need guys who can play right now so that Jared Goff isn't just a waste of time. You got some long-term development. You got, I believe, Devontae Smith there. Allow him to have some time to get open. Obviously, Vaitai completely sucked booty cheeks, and you can't really go with vibing with that. I'm not a huge fan of being able to let Vaitai try to start again or Tyrell Crosby being the long-term answer. To me, it's Leatherwood or Redunze. Leatherwood, I think, needs to kick into guard. That's my genuine opinion. So we're going to go Dillon Redunze here out of North Dakota State. He played really well in the Senior Bowl, probably possibly played himself into the first round. But I think based on the fact that he's a redshirt senior, a bit older, hasn't really played in anything but the FCS, I think that he should be about this value. No disrespect to Dillon Redunze. It's just I'm a little bit scared personally of the idea that, hey, I'm not too comfortable with having an FCS guy jump right into the NFL, especially a tackle going up against guys like Khalil Mack. So obviously not something I would have looked at in the first round, but here in the second, hey, take your shot, man. Take your shot. Panthers. This is another spot where we could get a tackle if we wanted to. I mean, I think you guys franchise tagged ? I just saw that in the Discord chat. Taylor Moton. I don't think you did though, but Taylor Moton's going to be commanding about $22 million a year. You need to get somebody beside him. But the guys on the board, I'm not really comfortable with. Again, Leatherwood to me is a guard, so I'm not really comfortable with that. Looking at it, we could go cornerback here and probably go Aaron Robinson. Like, this is a tough spot for me because obviously we could have went Dylan Moses at this spot. Usually he's not there because we go Dylan Moses here or here. And I was thinking maybe, hey, we go Dylan Moses here, Redunze here. So that was obviously an option. This would be a great spot to trade back. That's what I'm trying to get at here. And looking at it, we could go Trey Smith. I mean, if you guys want to invest in the run game, could go Trey Smith. Alex Leatherwood, again, could end up being a better tackle than he was in just one-on-ones there. So he could have just had a slip-up day. Again, looking at the quarterbacks, I'm pretty high. Oh, Davis Mills in there. God bless. I'm so happy he's here. Kyle Trask, I'm still pretty high on him. I need to watch some more tape on him. I'm hoping the guy who posts all the videos does actually come out with something like that. So to me, it's down to that. We could get Pat Freiermuth here. This is it's a second-round pick now, so it's okay. But again, I think maybe we should invest more into this offensive line. Oh man, it hurts me. I don't think Leatherwood's the right pick here. So it's this is a perfect spot to trade back. This is why it's so unique because I can't. I'm stuck in this spot. Leatherwood might be the right option. But I think next round, getting a guy like Walker Little, Brady Christensen is so much better. Deontay Smith. So if we're going to do that, we either have to go corner or offensive line here. Looking at Trey Smith is such a lucrative option, man. All right, you know what? Screw it. Leatherwood's going to project as a potential tackle or guard. We're going to figure that out as time progresses. I think his value is too good to pass up here from how well he played in college. His Senior Bowl tape will only push him down probably to about this far anyways. I was thinking maybe sending him to the Chargers as a guard, but we're going to keep him here right now. Potentially going to be your bookend, I believe, left tackle because Moton might be your right. So we're going to see how that works out. Alex Leatherwood, potentially the future at left tackle for the Panthers. And that's going to help all the quarterbacks, including Teddy Bridgewater, including whoever the hell you're going to bring in next year. You're building on the offense and the defense with both really good talents. Again, Leatherwood kind of scared in the Senior Bowl. Next, we got the Broncos. This is a spot where I think we're down to pretty much two conclusions. We're down to Dylan Moses, who could, honestly, I'm about to just pull the trigger on Dylan Moses before I even think about something else. Or we could go on the interior defensive line. We could get Christian Barmore here, which is a beast. I know that the guy that you drafted at Ohio State that I literally blank on every video, he actually played really well last year. So I'm going to allow him to get a running mate later on, especially with like Osa Odigizua out there. I am going to, again, you guys could say, oh, we can get some edge with Jason Away. That would be a pretty fun one. I'm not going to lie. That would be quite fun. Joe Tryon or Jason Away. But I think we might wait for Joe Tryon a little bit longer. He might be the next round pick. There is Dylan Moses on the board. We are taking him. Dude, it's Vic Fangio. If Vic Fangio can get his hands on Dylan Moses, it's there are in New England where Dylan Moses will be. And I think that would be a good spot. Obviously, if JOK gets taken in the first, that's going to be a far better pick. But Dylan Moses has his best shot under Vic Fangio, in my opinion. Or he could go on on the Bills. It's just, I think that this is the best spot for him. Cowboys, again, I hate to bore you guys. We got to get that strong safety / free safety. Trayvon Moehrig is a huge guy. I love Trayvon. Again, I have to look more into their tapes because I've heard some things about Ardarius being better than Trayvon, but Trayvon can really profile. I'm pretty sure your strong safety is the one that you guys like, and Trayvon Moehrig's been playing free safety. Worst case scenario, you flop it. Like, who cares? Trayvon Moehrig can play both, and he's just so good, man. He was the number one safety PFF-wise last year, along with his buddy Ardarius Washington. He's one of the best this year as well. I am a huge fan of Trayvon Moehrig, local guy, and again, no need to trade. It's great. I love it. Giants, we got you Jalen Waddle. Yes. Now we got to look at maybe getting you guys some extra pass rush. Yes, you had like one of the top 10 defenses in the league last year. Doesn't mean you're going to repeat it, for one. And number two, why not continue living by that identity? You still got Eric Stokes on the board. You guys are not a zone coverage team. I would think this is hurting me because I'm trying to find a team that will, this would be where a team would move up for Eric Stokes. It's like we just can't do it right now. In the no trade mock, which again, not realistic, you just can't do that. You got to find a team that runs more zone coverage. A lot of these teams are running man. A lot of these teams run man. So even this team runs man. Pretty sure they run man as well. Bears, I'm pretty sure they run man. But we got zone team here. We got, I don't know, the Steelers run some zone there as well. So I'm pretty sure the Steelers would be a good spot. Then, of course, we can look at some more obvious options with the Bills being another spot. There's some teams that are just built to be zone teams. I'm not a fan of sending Eric Stokes here. If we want to send Ifeatu Melifonwu, that wouldn't be a bad decision either. He's a pretty good man corner. Looking at the edges, though, there's too much on the board for us to say no to edge. If you want to go as a guy who can just have unlimited potential, because again, Daniel Jones probably isn't your guy, so your team is not ready to win. You'll have a full year of starting experience to develop. I'm honestly on the Jason Away train, guys. It's just too much potential. He runs 4.2, not like 4.2 flat, but like I've heard he runs in the 4.2s. I think that potential is just too good to pass up on. That's something you guys will probably push back on, but that's okay. I understand that. I'm just going to be sticking to Jason Away here. Now, Niners, I think we got to be rocking into this cornerback trade with you guys. Again, Eric Stokes is a zone corner. I did an in-depth report on him. He will not succeed in the NFL as a man corner. I think teams will see this as well, and they'll be like, oh, this guy needs to go to a zone scheme. Maybe we'll trade back with a team that has a zone scheme that really loves this guy, because I have an early second on him. I love him in a zone scheme. Maybe a late first. I honestly think that he's perfect fit for the Bills right here. Again, Gregory Rousseau, similar to Jason Away, too much raw talent there. Got to go with that. Aaron Robinson, to me, literally feels like a 49er. I don't know why, but I felt it inside. When I looked at Aaron Robinson, I was like, that guy's a 49er. So we're going to be rocking it. It's really good man corner, very sticky in coverage, grabs a lot. I will admit, grabs a lot, but I don't think there's a problem with that, guys. Aaron Robinson's a beast. He's a beast. It's just he is a little bit older, but with a team that is kind of built to win in the very near future, that is okay. That is okay. He's going to be like what, probably 25 years old. I don't know how old he is. Like that's going to be perfectly fine with this team that already has an aging secondary as it is. You're going to be able to keep it relatively relevant with all the amount of weapons you have on the board. Chargers, I hate the fact that this is true, but Trey Smith's on the board. You know, usually Wyatt Davis isn't on the board, but Greg Rousseau is taken earlier. Trey Smith's on the board, and can you ever pass up Trey Smith? I don't think so. I know that we probably could have went Landon Dickerson there, but we could probably get a center later on, like a Drake Jackson, a Jack Anderson. Trey Smith's too good to pass up. To me, I have him probably around the 20th best player in the class, barring health concerns. If he obviously has health concerns, he's probably going to drop to like 3rd, 4th, 5th round, like Maurice Hurst did. Next, Jaguars. We probably gotta rock with either safety or tight end here. Again, there's too much of a drop after Freiermuth here to Brevin Jordan. And again, I think that Brevin Jordan's probably gonna be taken by the end of this round. I think we just gotta take Pat. I did a full report on Pat Freiermuth as well. And I'm gonna be 100% honest, not a huge fan. Really don't think that there's he has potential and he shows a lot of it. One thing that you guys will want to see, just watch his tape. This dude can't stay on his feet. He has such crap balance. You'll see him, he falls all the time. His most infamous truck against Memphis, I believe it was in a bowl game last year. The dude literally was stumbling. It was just so funny to watch. But he doesn't really gain that good of separation, but he has a lot of potential. He's not baby Gronk. That's going to be Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame in a 2 years class because he is a true freshman right now. But Pat Freiermuth, though, could be a quick, close estimation of it. I think, honestly, he could be prime Tyler Eifert. That's kind of a comp for me. Next, we got the Patriots. We got to get a weapon here. We got Rondale Moore on the board. Can we let him go any farther than this? Absolutely not. Rondale Moore, 2nd round. Just brick hands. Teams are going to get scared of that when they see that. Again, we haven't seen him also run any routes besides the shit that Purdue makes him run because the quarterbacks are complete garbo. So we're going to be seeing what Rondale Moore can do at his pro day and stuff. I'm pretty sure they just jumped 42 inches. So pretty damn good vert for a guy who could squat 600. His potential's through the roof. Again, injuries, a lot. People say that it's just fluke injuries. That's the only reason why Rondale Moore got injured. And it's not repeatable. Not sure about that. But his potential's through the roof. We all know that. If he can actually stay on the field and just catch some more balls, I think he'll be perfectly fine. Cardinals. This is an interesting pick because I'm stuck between two options as, of course, I adjust my seating position. I'm stuck between Dwayne Escridge. Yes, Dwayne Escridge to play in your scheme because he's so good. He's such a good separator. Along with an edge player similar to a Boogie Basham or Joe Tryon, Quincy Roche. It's Ronnie Perkins as well. Ronnie Perkins is good. I think we can wait one more round for Ronnie Perkins. And Joe Tryon, again, he's a little bit overrated on this board. I heard teams in the NFL really like his potential. I love his potential. He's great, but it's we could go Joe here, though. He could be the next version of Chandler Jones. And that's something that kind of scares the shit out of me, the potential that Joe Tryon has. Because I remember watching before the season, rising stars, potential future superstars. Joe Tryon was one of them. It's we could go on into your offensive line as well, get Landon Dickerson to potentially kick the guard. Not a fan of that. Could go Javonte Williams here, guys. Could get a true running back here. I'm not feeling it, though. Not feeling the vibe. I don't like Javonte Williams falling. I have him, again, probably around 32. But I think we got to, honestly, the potential there, again, too great. Joe Tryon, man. I'm glad they pushed him off the board, too, because I saw him back in the 3rd round, and that was a little bit too far down for me. I know this. I have this guy probably. This is totally not updated, by the way, guys. Totally not updated. Post college football playoffs. Yeah, Joe Tryon around 70, which is perfectly fine for him to be taken at this high. This team, again, we took a surefire cornerback in Asante Samuel Jr. Now we could probably test out the waters with Joe Tryon, similar to Hassan Reddick in the way that he potentially can just be the next freak of nature. I think to keep it realistic, we're going to keep Joe Tryon here because I have been hearing 1st round buzz. Let's have him here in the 2nd round, mid-2nd. He's going to be a weird, freaky athlete for the Cardinals. And again, they already have Isaiah Simmons. They're showing that they're able to adjust and use these freaky athletes to the best of their abilities. Potentially, this is one of the best landing spots for him. Next, we got the Raiders. Raiders, we got to go interior defensive line. You have your pick of the litter. I love this idea of Christian Barmore on the squad. Again, we probably would have trades and these guys would be gone, but Christian Barmore, first guy off the board. I think he's guaranteed number one. Davion Nixon, along with Osa, to me is probably number two. And then you have like Tyler Shelvin, Darius Stills, Jalen Tweeman for number three for me. Just like they're all like tucked in that little spot. But yeah, I mean, like this is an interesting interior defensive line class because these guys have all played at a very high level, but not to the level that potentially projects very well into the NFL. Osa is just pure potential. I've just seen some really good reps from him. Dolphins. I was hoping Rondale Moore would fall to them actually, but if we're looking at it, so if we want, people are saying like you should get Devontae Smith, so they're trying to look at an outside target right now. So I'm looking at Dwayne Escridge, and dude, this guy is a separator. I'm telling you, this guy might be my pick right now. Tutu Atwell can literally kiss my straight butt cheek. I don't really care. Nico Collins is a tall freak. He could be the next Devontae Parker if you want him to be. But I think Devontae Parker still is there. Amon-Ra St. Brown, another, like these two guys, very similar builds. I think, well, obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown is, I think, 3-4 inches taller. I'm saying like they play in a very similar, really good route running style. This is an interesting one, but we have seen that Miami likes USC type of guys. This could be where you see Amon-Ra St. Brown at. And we could go center too. We could go Landon Dickerson. Man, it is tough. I think here's the plan, guys. Tylan Wallace, round 3. Or Demetric Felton, De'Ami Brown, round 3. I know you guys love to get the weapons. And then get Landon Dickerson now. We could get Josh Myers in the third, but I don't think he's going to be there, to be 100% honest. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be there. Landon Dickerson needs to play center for you guys. And again, we will fix the wide receiver core. If we get Tylan Wallace in the third, that'd be wonderful. I don't know if he's going to be there. But again, Landon Dickerson is going to be able to replace Ted Karras. Now you're going to have Penny Sewell. You're going to have a finally pretty good Eric Flowers. You're going to have Landon Dickerson, Robert Hunt, Austin Jackson. Your line is going to be freaking amazing. Landon Dickerson also connection with Tua Tagovailoa. You're going to have some comfortability immediately day one with the center there. He has such a good personality as well. He's a beast. I really do respect Landon Dickerson a lot. I'm pretty sure he transfer like Missouri or something. Florida State. Okay. I just saw some, like, I knew it was some random SEC school, but obviously they're not SEC. I believe they're ACC, but regardless, I think that connection is just going to be so, so crucial. You know, Landon Dickerson being able to go back with his former quarterback, that's going to be nice. It's going to be nice to have that connection back again in your offensive line. You're going to have Najee Harris there too. You're going to have everything that you need for the Alabama backfield. And it's too bad Sark didn't want to go down to Miami. That would be so fun. I totally wanted him to go to Miami and be their new OC, but hey, I wish the best for him at Texas. Just kidding. Horns down. But, you know, Landon Dickerson could be a great pick here. Washington, we got to get the second weapon, man. Got to get that second weapon. And the question is, do we want to go Dwayne Escridge, Amon-Ra St. Brown, or do we want to go Nico Collins here? Nico Collins is going to be your big, big threat, similar to Rashad Bateman, but he's going to be like more of a contested catch guy. I'm a little bit worried about his separation ability at the next level because we've seen 6'4" guys like Miles Boykin who even have speed that really don't pan out. I'm a little bit worried about Nico. I'm not putting him in the second round. I'm going to be honest. I don't know where do I have Nico on my board? Yeah, Nico's a bit down on me. So that's obviously not completely updated. But looking at the guys on the board, Dwayne Escridge is here. I know you guys probably don't want a slot weapon right now because you could get like a sneaky guy like Daz Newsome later on. Amon-Ra St. Brown's played both on the outside and in the slot. Same thing, Dwayne Escridge. I have a first round grade on Dwayne Escridge. My boy Mason loves Amon-Ra, and I need to watch him more. But I cannot imagine like Trey Lance being able to pass to Dwayne Escridge, being that wide open. He's a pure separator. And dude, this guy takes every slant to the house. We already see like the Eagles, Alex Singleton is not going to be able to cover this slant. We're going to not be able to see many guys be able to cover the slant for Dwayne Escridge. He is so good with it. He's a great comeback specialist as well. I'm going Dwayne Escridge here. You guys probably don't know him, but I absolutely freaking love Dwayne Escridge. I need to watch more Amon-Ra, but dude, I love Dwayne Escridge so much. I'm very, very, very happy with him being somebody who I scouted because he is a star. He's a star in the making. Watch out. Watch his Senior Bowl reps. It is insane. Bears, we're going to try to speed this up a little bit. I realize that you probably don't need interior offensive line as badly as you need. So we probably want to go with a wide receiver route. Nico Collins could be the next Allen Robinson. I was saying we should probably push him down a little bit, but he's probably the next big wide receiver on the board for me. And if you guys are losing AR-12, you need to continue to keep competitive, right, guys? Nico Collins, to me, got to be that guy. He has to be that guy. To me, he'd probably fall into the third round, but I don't think he will fall that far. His jump ball ability is a little too much. Again, separation, a little bit of a concern. But this is a team where it's hey, we might be getting the next Brandon Marshall. So you guys are in win now mode. Being able to have somebody to chuck it up to. You wanted that in Jimmy Graham. Not really the best target for that anymore. Nico Collins, absolute beast. I love this pick here. You're now fixing the offensive line to where anybody who is going to be a quarterback there is going to be able to throw to a bigger wide receiver along with your guys from Tulane, forgetting his name right now, along with, of course, Anthony Miller, right? Yeah. So you guys have some weapons there. And Nico Collins is going to be a great part of that. Next, Colts, we got to go offensive tackle here, guys. This is beyond a need. We got to go offensive tackle here. I'm looking at the guys on the board. Again, Walker Little shouldn't be there. Looking at James Hudson would be an interesting target. Deontay Smith, I'm a little bit worried about him. I think he should kick into guard. We might just go corner here and wait for a tackle, or else we can get one in free agency. You guys potentially actually have some good cap money. Eric Stokes, oh my God, Eric Stokes is on the board. Son of a biscuit. Holy crap, how did we just get the biggest steal of the draft? Unbelievable. I love the Colts, by the way. My first ever player that I loved was Peyton Manning. Well, it's really Michael Vick, but I love Peyton Manning. And, I mean, dude, holy crap. I have absolutely no allegiance to any team anymore. You guys can see that because some of you guys thought I was a damn Giants fan. I was ugh, definitely do not like the Giants. But, I love the draft more than anything. The fact that Eric Stokes is here, it's just holy crap. You guys got Rock Ya-Sin before. I'm not a huge fan of Rock Ya-Sin, but this is a surefire pick. If he falls this far, again, trades will change all of this. But in this mock, this is the first team that has a zone coverage scheme that really needs a corner. Boom. Boom. Light your cigar. Just take a nice little deep hit of it and relax because holy crap, you got the best pick so far, I think, in the entire draft. Just saying. Next, we got the Titans. I think we either have to go slot wide receiver here for you guys in Elijah Moore, Amon-Ra St. Brown, or else we got to be going for more of a cornerback or interior defensive lineman. You have the second best interior defensive lineman on the board, and I think we got to go Davion here. Osa would be fun, but I don't think you guys are in the mood for any more projects. Davion's probably going to be the most surefire thing you got. And honestly, I can't blame it at all. I like Davion Nixon quite a bit. Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. He's a beast. He's just a monster. So being able to get him on the squad, definitely pretty crucial, similar to a Jarrell Casey impact now. So I like it a lot. Now, Seahawks, I don't care what you guys say anymore. You guys need to get a tackle. And to me, it's okay, do we want to go Spencer Brown? Do we want to go Walker Little? Do we want to go James Hudson? Do we want to go Jackson Carman? And I know you guys like to pound the rock. Cincinnati likes to pound the rock. I'm going to be going James Hudson here. I don't like the idea of him being a day 2 pick. I have him more as a day 3 pick, but I mean a late day 2 pick, but this is such a need to where we can't deny it. We could look at the interior offensive lineman, see who's here for a guard. We could go Deontay Brown here, but again, I think the need at tackle is much greater. Of course, Dwayne Brown going to potentially retire. So James Hudson is going to be the pick out of Cincinnati. I think it's a solid pick. It's going to be a fine pick for them. Next, Steelers. You guys obviously could have been the next one in the games for Eric Stokes. Not the chance anymore. But oh my God, how did he fall? How did he fall? I swear on my life, this is not planned. I always have Javonte Williams taken way earlier than this, usually at this spot. Javonte Williams, unbelievable. How the hell did we get that? Unreal. So the run game's fixed. Seriously, guys, on a real note, I don't plan this out. I am a Steelers fan, but you guys know me. I always get Kenneth Gainwell in the third or the fourth. It's not, I don't really care about my teams getting good picks because I want to give you guys good content. That's unreal. That's absolutely unreal. Looking at a team that probably could have taken him before, again, Cards, but then again, of course, that's just too good of a potential talent right there. And you guys could, of course, get a later round target. Javonte Williams is a little bit too much of a power back. This is just unbelievable. So we could even seen Javonte Williams going to the Seahawks, who are planning on not bringing back what's his name, Chris Carson. But you guys need to fix up the offensive line pretty badly. So Steelers fans, have fun, enjoy this. Not going to happen, but would love for it to happen. Next, we got the Rams. We got to go tackle here too, guys. Like we got it. There's no chance in hell that we don't go tackle here. And I mean, with the fact that we're trying to win now, Jackson Carman has had some big blips on his radar in terms of missing coverage. Let's look at all the guys on the board just in case like there's some dude who we can take. Baron Browning could be a fun guy on the squad. But I'm telling you right now, we got to go Spencer Brown. Had some really good reps at the Senior Bowl. He's going to be 25 years old. He's going to be awesome on the squad. You need to get it with Whitworth retiring. Again, Whitworth will retire. That is why I'm projecting that. Usually I don't do any projections, but this is one where I know it's probably going to be a fact. You injure yourself that old, and you probably just got to say, gotta go. So Spencer Brown's going to be able to make the biggest day one impact out of all of these guys. Next, we got you guys already know where I'm going with this. Boogie Basham's on the board, and you guys already know I love my Boogie Basham on this squad. You guys are potentially getting JJ Watt. So if JJ Watt's taken, cheers. But he's not so far. So Carlos Basham Jr., Boogie Basham, perfect 4-3 end for you guys. Like, damn, Boogie Basham next to Myles Garrett is so scary. I've fallen in love with this pick. It's too good to be true, but it's true. Next, Ravens. Again, we would probably get you guys an edge if a guy like Jason Away were here, but you know what? The draft changed. Look at the wide receivers on the board. Do we have any big guys? Tylan Walsh would be that'd be an interesting ass target for you. But again, you guys already know where I'm going this. It's either going to be Brevin Jordan or else a safety. And I think Brevin Jordan, again, there's a huge drop off for me between Brevin Jordan and Tommy Tremble. Tommy Tremble is going to be very similar to Nick Boyle. So if you guys want a more heavy blocking tight end, be my guest. Tommy Tremble is going to be your guy. But Brevin Jordan's the last really good pass catcher. Hunter Long's shown some mediocre play over in the Senior Bowl. Brevin Jordan's going to be your guy. He's going to be an H-back type, similar to Derrick Henry at tight end, but like similar build to Derrick Henry. And he's going to be exactly what you need. You want a large wide receiver for Lamar to be passing to. You go on that Miles Boykin. Brevin Jordan's perfectly your guy. He's young as well. I love Brevin Jordan. And I didn't like the idea that Mallory came in. The offense didn't really do too much, but they did take away a little bit from Mallory. And Brevin Jordan is just perfect. He's a perfect pick for this team. If you guys really want a big target who could probably play slot as well, like a big slot, him and Mark Andrews on the field would be scary as all get go. Next, we got the Saints. Saints, again, we're in a man coverage scheme, so we might be going Greg Newsome here. We might want to go edge as well, but I'm not a fan of any more of the edges right now. Quincy Roche could be a fun guy here. Patrick Jones, honestly, Quincy Roche wouldn't be a bad pick here. But looking at it, we could go linebacker as well. There's still Chaz Surratt, Pete Warren, or Baron Browning on the board. This is a tough one. I think we got to go corner, though. Ifeatu Melifonwu is a pure man corner, if I'm not mistaken. Let's make sure. It says he's a scheme fit in zone. I don't believe so at all. That is why. He's a scheme fit in zone because he doesn't have athleticism. Doesn't have the right amount of athleticism. So that was a good catch by me making sure about that. Keith Taylor Jr. is going to be a much better man corner. Greg Newsome, to me, is man corner. And he's young as well, with this team that's probably going to need to have a good future. Greg Newsome is going to be that type of guy. Again, Ifeatu Melifonwu, unfortunately not going to be the guy. I'm 100% down for him to go to the Bills. Oh, spoiler, potentially. And Greg Newsome, he's a perfect fit for the Saints. He's going to be able to learn from Marshawn Lattimore. So, hey, cheers to you guys. Now, Giants. Oh, my God, Packers. I just see the big G. We got to go either cornerback or wide receiver for you guys. So looking at it, we could go a guy like Keith Taylor here. Someone who could sneak up a lot, right? I think this is best served for the third round, given the fact that Greg Newsome was just off the board. If Greg were here, we'd take Greg just like that, heartbeat. But that's not happening. We either got to go wide receiver or else defensive line, because your defensive line needs to get retooled. Amon-Ra St. Brown would be, oh my God, imagine pairing him with his brother. Like, Damn. So we're already like pretty much on the Amon-Ra St. Brown train, but let's take a look. We could get a guy like J. Tuafele here. Osa Odigizua. We already, I believe, have a UCLA guy in Kenny Clark. So they already know that they like UCLA interior defensive linemen. That is something to keep in mind. But I think that we got to get that St. Brown connection, guys. Amon-Ra St. Brown coming home to roost with his brother Equanimous. And, like, dude, that's going to be some really good separation there. Having him, Lazard, MVS, having his brother Equanimous there. You're finally giving Aaron Rodgers some weapons. Let's rock. Bills like, ooh, oh, Chaz Surratt is here. Oh, damn. I like sending him. I like sending Chaz Surratt. Again, I'd probably possibly trade up right here with the Packers, with the Washington football team to get Chaz Surratt because, again, we got the Holcomb Surratt North Carolina connection. Oh, the question is, do they want to use Chaz Surratt? He's such a good blitzer, though. Shoot. I see Pete Werner in a Bills uni, though. I feel like he's a very Kiko Alonso-esque type of player. Baron Browning people will say is better, but I think Pete Werner was much better when I watched him play. He was, I believe, one of the few guys to shut down. He shut down Shi Smith for sure. So I'm gonna be going Pete Werner here. Like that's gonna be like an interesting one. It's kind of a reach for you guys. Jabril Cox, another guy I put in the mix, but Pete Werner to me is a Bill, like through and through. And we could have went corner there as well. Like we could have obviously went Ifatu Melifonwu, but I think we got to just fix up the defense right now. You got good slot corner and Taron Johnson along with, of course, I'm bugging, Tre'Davious White. But we got some slot corners, and we got some corners here who can play zone. Paulson Adebo, Ifatu Melifonwu. There are going to be guys who are falling. So I think we can wait. We can relax. Pete Werner is going to be a beast for the squad. Again, I think the depth at corner is going to be better than depth at linebacker. Because after this, I don't even think that I want to draft a linebacker. Just saying. Next, Chiefs. Like, this one is pretty obvious to me as well. Chaz Surratt's on the board. And it's just like, oh. But dude, Baron Browning's on the board too. Question is, where do you want to go? All these guys are so good. Jabril Cox is such a high character, though. And he learns new systems really quickly. I found that out because they were like, dude, this guy feels like he's been here forever. Talon Wallace can be a fun option. Keep the offense going. But I think we got to rock with the linebackers here. Chaz Surratt would be fun. I think Jabril Cox got to be the pick, though. He's older, more seasoned. He's going to be able to play for Super Bowls right now. Chaz Surratt, same situation, but I think he's a little bit too gadgety for this squad. Jabril Cox is going to be the guy. I like Jabril Cox here a lot, especially with seeing Pete Werner come off the board. Jabril Cox, really good in coverage, really rangy, former North Dakota State guy, but comes into LSU and actually lights it up. Really good high character guy. Lastly, in the second round, we got the Bucs, and I think that Ndamukong Suh's coming back. We don't know that yet, though. The cap situation is kind of insane. That being said, we could be going after a linebacker here because we don't know. Again, I don't think that what's his name? Levante David's coming back. If he's not, then take Chaz Surratt here. If he is, we're gonna go interior defensive line probably with J. Tuafele, who I usually give him in the first round. You know me, I like having that trench battle being secured. It's a big question for me as to whether Ndamukong Suh is coming back or not. If he is, then maybe we can look at Elijah Moore. We can look at a Tylan Wallace, Demetric Felton, De'Ami Brown. To me right now, we got to say, hey, we can't project too many people coming back, especially with their cap issues. J. Tuafele out of USC, going to be the guy. Be able to bring back Chris Godwin as well if you guys want. That's going to, I mean, dude, I used to give this guy to them in the first round. J. Tuafele, lots of potential there. So that is the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. It's been crazy having to deal with no trades, but it's been fun. So I hope you guys are enjoying this as well. I'll see you on the far side. Peace.